now live. We got ourselves the one and only Red Pill. He's been on Black Magic. He's really big in Atlanta. He's a real good, big influencer, and we're going to let you introduce yourself.
Peace to the family. Peace to you and yours. Brother Red Pill, one half of the Twin Pillars. Shout out to my brother Blue Pillar and KT the Arch Degree, Mama Pill, and the whole family. And yes, I'm here representing KTL and the ATL, Know the Ledge, and I'm honored to be here.
All right. So one thing I noticed about you, Red Pill, why do you call yourself Red Pill?
Yeah. So I call myself Red Pill in conjunction with the Matrix, by way of Sophia Stewart, of course. And like I said a minute ago, I'm one half of the Twin Pillars. So I have an identical twin brother. His name is Blue Pillar. And we represent the energies of both the Red Pill and the Blue Pill. We both wake people up, you know what I mean? But my approach is more of the red chakra. His approach would be more of the blue chakra. And my first name is Philip, which breaks down to Red Pill. Phi, which is P-H-I, is Greek for fire, which is red. L-L-I-P. Flip that around, that's P-I-L-L. So inside my name is predetermined my purpose.
So when you focus on the red chakra, you say that's, the root chakra, survival, things that has to do with energy and things like that. Right. What's some of your favorite tips you give to people to stay grounded in this day to day?
Well, of course, to stay grounded, my best tip would to be ground. To be grounding, actually put your feet in the dirt, connect to the soil, mentally lock yourself into the core of the planet and receive the beams that are coming through the sun rays, charge up your vessel and make that go all the way to the core and vice versa. The sun is in the middle of the earth is charging up your soul, going through the bottom of your feet, going through the top of your crown chakra and through the roof of it, and then outward into the galaxy, so.
That's very interesting. Okay, so as there's a lot of things going on with this weather, weather changing, the sun's getting hotter. What's some of your predictions when it comes to this weather, Red Pill? Let's get it.
As the people begin to rise up in their frequencies, as the people begin to break the shackles, as the people begin to rise up and begin to see things for what it is and their perception changes and the veils begin to fall and whatnot, the planet will continue to heat up. The ocean is on fire right now and the animals are reacting. It's basically a seafood boil in the ocean right now. That is going to continue. The farce of climate change, it will continue. That will get louder. They don't want to admit what's really going on. They don't want to look at it from a spiritual eye. They want to look at it through a scientific lens and attribute it to something that they kind of like are responsible for, and that's destroying the planet. And now they're pointing fingers and acting like the planet is to blame. So this is, it's some very interesting times that we live in. We went through about 4 days consecutively to broke all records. This heat wave that we're in right now has broken 2,000 records. In Europe, they're naming the heat waves after deities and mythological entities and creatures that represent hell. So in mythology, a heat wave represents that the devil is on a planet, or whatever is from the subterranean, whatever entity is in the subterranean world has surfaced on this on this terrestrial plane, and that heat that we're feeling is basically their energy or their breath. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what they say. That's why they named the heat waves Cerebrus, which is after the three-headed dog. All right, that is the guardian. It guards the gates of the underworld. That's the first heat wave, and then the next heat wave is Charon, and that's basically the one who brings the souls to hell on the boat.
What's your definition on hell and heaven? Do you feel like how people say in the spiritual community, do you feel like hell and heaven is an actual mindset?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Most definitely.
Let's hear why.
Heaven and hell exists. All is mind. Man is mind. All is mental. Your perception of what hell and heaven is will carry on into the multi dimensions and whatnot. I think the closest depiction that I saw it in a movie or on film was "Where Dreams May Come," starring Robin Williams. So, based off of religiosity and dogma, people's versions of hell are different. But yeah, hell on earth to a person who got a dumpster dive. You see how much it rains in Atlanta at night? You know what I mean? Somebody who got to sleep underneath the bridge, and you continue under the threat of being rained upon. In New York, you know you're going to sleep, but you're dealing with rats and stuff like that. I mean, that could be hell on earth for individuals who are doing life behind the wall and whatnot, and the conditions that you see in these prisons and whatnot. That could be hell on earth for individuals who are paraplegic, who are victims of violence and accidents. That could be hell on earth. For individuals who are born with deformities that make life very hard for them, that could be hell on earth. So it's different versions that I would say, yes, it's mental. It's mental, you know. Yes, it's definitely mental.
And how do we get to the heaven on earth mentally?
Yeah. Well, that's going to take a lot of practice. We were not born in heaven. You know what I mean? This is not known in any of the scriptures to be heaven. There are different planes of existence on this plane of existence. And to get there, you would have to deal with breathing. You would have to deal with refocusing your energy. You would have to be in this world and not of this world. It would be, you know, it's easier, they say, to be ignorant than it is to be wise. To be wise, it takes studying and practice and discipline. You know, it's just not something that we wake up and we're born into on this prison planet. The default, in my humble opinion, on this planet, the default. And then if you take away the protectorates like the mother and the father, the default, and then when you remove the family of the aspect of family, is this is a prison planet. And everything around you will either try to traumatize you or kill you, similar to what we see with alley cats and then house cats. The house cats ain't crying out in the middle of the night because, you know, they're not sending out those wails, right? It's the alley cats that are crying out, that are screaming at night and whatnot, and you can hear them outside your window and things of that nature. So to get into nirvana, I do think that a lot of people who are on the quest to know thyself, they have the opportunity, almost 90% over the 85%ers who have an 85% chance of maybe not living on heaven on earth. Those with the intention and the know how to get there, they have you're just not going to mistakenly wake up in heaven. The same way that money is not mistakenly sent to you every day. You know what I mean? Like they transactions know where it's going. Money just doesn't knock on your door because it's lost. It's intentionally sent to you or taken from you. So these blessings or these blessings or these experiences, they come to those who are prepared for it. You feel me? And you have to prepare for it mentally. Any athlete will tell you that. Anybody who is on higher levels dealing with big money like billionaires, they'll let you know that it starts in the mind first. You got to psych yourself out. Henceforth, why they wake up at 4 a.m., right? It's not about the flesh. It's not about the body. It's more about the mind. Push yourself out of that state of comfort at 4 a.m. when it's cold, when the sun ain't out. Put yourself in cold water, exercise, read. You feel me? Drink only fluids, breathe, meditate, and then break through. So it's tough, bro. It's not easy, but the reward of being in nirvana, you could get stuck in a place of heaven on earth. It's worth it.
Okay, I heard you say about cold water. What's your benefits on cold water? Because I take cold showers. I want to see what you say on it.
Many benefits. The releasing of both dopamines and serotonin, waking myself up. You know, it's also good for those of us that are in the gym working out and whatnot. You know, very beneficial. Alertness is on high, especially if you combine that with an early morning wake up. My humble opinion and my theory that I have is that if we wake up before the machine wakes up, or if we wake up before the humming of the birds and the buzzing of the bees and whatnot, if we could wake up before the world wakes up, we have an advantage because we're in the lead.
Right.
So people that wake up after us got to deal with us because we in a, you know what I mean? Yeah,
right.
It's
That's
like
why they say millionaires become successful because they wake up so early.
They experience quietness. And it's the quietness, it's the calm before the storm. It's knowing that, you're in the build. You set the building up. You set the chairs and the tables up before everybody got to the building. There's a certain type of confidence that gives you. You know what I mean? So for advantage purposes, yes, you don't want to be chasing the train. You want to be the one driving it. You feel me?
That's deep. Y'all hearing that? Yeah, waking up early will definitely change your life. I know there's days where I wake up around 5 to 6. I would notice that I would easily be able to gain more money because I put in more effort into like the day faster, and I'm not.
Money comes before the end of the day.
Yeah, facts. You start
so that early bird formula works, and waking up early is how you break the monotony of the Groundhog Day. That loop that niggas be in. Because keep in mind, everybody's body is automatically prepared. Fucking alarm clock. We all wake up at 4 or 5, if not for just a millisecond. But then it's your body that puts you back to sleep. So we're all getting the opportunity to be that boss, to be that millionaire, to be that billionaire. Your body already wakes you up, but you go back to sleep. Similar to how you hit the snooze on the alarm clock. You know what I mean? So you got to fight through that. It's very important to fight through that. And once you do that, you'll develop a sense of what is known as discipline. Because what are you sacrificing to receive that which you are desiring, or that you say that you are deserving of? What did you give up in order to receive that? You're not building up any type of charge. So how the hell do you think something just supposed to pop up and be, and manifest and fall into your hands when it's a nigga over there who didn't eat solids for 60 days? Yeah. He's fighting the grumblings. He done busting up for 90 days. He's fighting the desires. He's fighting lust, the lust demons. You feel me? You got somebody that's sitting still for 30 minutes and whatnot. They fighting the urge to move. They're building up a charge. They're magnetic. They don't have to tell anybody. They don't have to update it. It's who's keeping score? The universe. There's somebody keeping score. Believe you me. Somebody is keeping score because the shit, everybody gets called on their shit. Like, you're not going to get away with shit that you think somebody's watching. You know what I mean? They say that you're watching yourself because you're recording everything with your eyes. And then when you go to get your heart weighed, they just put your eyes up and it'll project everything because you can't hide from your eyes or your hands. So they say your own organs will tell on you. So you're not getting away with nothing. Don't let people fool you and think that karma doesn't exist or that they're getting away with some shit and they're not seeing. No, everybody got to pay.
Right. That's where integrity comes in because they say integrity is what you do when no one's looking. Right. Yeah. So when it comes to a lot of the homeless people who are out here, I notice a lot of them now are begging for money. Like, if you don't give them money, there's a lot of stories coming out to where, if you don't give this homeless guy, like, they didn't give a homeless person money, and the homeless person try to fight them. Hey, I saw you buy something. Why couldn't you buy me some? So where do you think a lot of this anger, when it comes to these homeless people, are coming from?
Well, we're in a recession. Inflation is real. We're in a recession. Everybody's not experiencing that, however, but there's been a slowdown of availability of resources over the past 3 years and whatnot. And keep in mind, people already was on the brink during COVID. There's no coming back after that. There's no going back to normal and whatnot. You can't tell a person who was staring death in the face that you need to chill. And you know what I mean? Like, so they're in this place now where they're in a fuck it place. Like, I don't have anything to lose. I need to eat. I'm frustrated. I'm seeing billions of dollars get sent to the Ukraine. I'm seeing immigrants coming in with no documentation and getting housing and whatnot. You feel me? I'm seeing refugees from places, just get flown into the USA and get put up like first class citizens. So these people are pissed off, rightfully so. And I just want to say quickly that I have 3 solutions for the homeless issue in Atlanta and in New York City and in LA, to be honest with you, on Skid Row. And it has to do with sweat equity. Them niggas got to work. Sweat equity and the gig platforms. So my theory came about when I was researching what gig platforms have done to Africa and India in terms of transforming local economies to boom economies, because they went from making $5 a week to making $5 a gig. They learned Photoshop, they learned Illustrator, they learned Google, Excel and whatnot, Excel spreadsheet. They learned they got certified on Udemy and Khan Academy, and they were able now to take $5 Fiverr gigs and do $50 and then $500 gigs. Right? Certain people are getting $500 a gig doing coding and shit like that. This is pre-AI. This is pre-Chat GPT. But now with AI and the homeless, we have a match made in heaven, because all you have to do is to get the homeless. We need bodies. I have a fulfillment center in North Carolina. We need bodies. We need bodies to make 100 shirts in 1 hour so we could ship them out. We need people to heat press. We need them to peel the vinyl and whatnot. It's a gig, so you get paid $1 every shirt. We need somebody to heat press a shirt, $1 a shirt. We need 100 shirts. We got a budget of $100. Who wants to come and get it? We don't look at homelessness. It doesn't exist to us. Like when you're sitting in the warehouse, you're not homeless. If you could prove that you are a laborer, you don't have to go home. But you got to take a shower, and you got to eat plant-based, and you got to detox. But we're going to help people heal because it's in the diet, and it's also in the bowels, it's in your stomach and whatnot. And it's in those processed foods and that candy, and it's in them drugs. So if we could help you, because in the spirit of Matulu Shakur, we want to help to heal those who are sick. But at the end of the day, you still are laborers. You could still bust a sweat and whatnot. We need elbow grease, we need labor, and we will compensate, right? With room and board, and we will compensate through what is known as the gig economy. It's a whole formula, and it's winning. Uber Eats, that's a gig economy. DoorDash, gig economy. Fiverr, gig economy. Airbnb, gig economy. So
Okay, so let's get a little bit more partnership, relationship related. A lot of the times right now what's going on is a lot of people are starting to find their soulmate, but some people are still looking for their soulmate. So how can someone get in alignment with their soulmate at this time? Do they have to do a ritual? Do they have to pray? Do they have to move somewhere else? Maybe if they're in the wrong city? What's the number one way to find your loved one?
I found mine working on myself. I refrained. I fell back. I got out of one relationship, and I went through the dark night of the soul, to just get myself ready for the next one. And then I put something out there, a signal, and that signal got picked up by the right one, and I was courting. There was a courting process that was taking place. And ultimately, I realized that I had manifested what I needed at that time to, get me right. You know what I mean? Because to be honest with you, I wasn't right by myself. But I had to get right with myself.
Yeah. What's the way one could put out that signal to find their soulmate? The signal.
I literally said it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I literally went on social and just, and listened to my heart. And just said something about, what I was looking for. You know what I mean? And I got a response. I got a few responses, but, the response that I received, was it just spoke to me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes things just speak to your spirit, and you say, I'm gonna give that a shot.
Right.
And after giving it a shot, I was like, yeah, I'm cool with this. You know what I mean? I want to learn more, and I went in that direction.
I know the Soulmate. They know how to nurture you. They know how to take care of you. They know how to handle you. Because a lot of people are always talking about on social media, I don't feel misunderstood. No one understands me. But that Soulmate, they know how to
they alleviate all that.
Right. They know how to soften your weaknesses. It's like they're made for you. That twin flame, they're made
perfect. They're like a glove fit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we all need. You know what I mean? We all need to be understood.
Yeah.
And appreciated, you know what I mean, for who we are. Not what we could bring to the table, not what we could offer. Nah, who we are. Right. You know what I mean? Let's start with that.
I feel like that misses a lot of people up nowadays.
Yeah.
People feel like they gotta get so much stuff to offer a woman, and then they feel like, damn, this woman really love me for who I am.
Nah, you gotta be you first. So I'm a co-signer of the top-down approach. And that's, let's go mental first. You know what I mean? Let's go crown chakra first and then work our way to the root chakra. So when we do tap in with the intercourse, it's going to be ever so more powerful because we locked in. We got a soul connection. Your soul connection is not going to come from the root chakra up. I'm here to let you know, as the red pill, it ain't going to work like that. You got to work your way up and down. You know what I mean? So the physical comes last. You know, where's the mental connection? Where's the heart connection? Where's that eye to eye? You know what I mean? Like, are we and
so always start from your crown chakra to the root chakra first.
Yeah, definitely. And
I'm learning. That's the first time I heard
that. I'm even developing an app called Conscious Connections because I know how desperate certain individuals are for love, and there's nothing wrong with that because we need to prosper, we need to blossom, we need to be fed. You know what I mean?
Is that the one that you and Black Magic are working on? He's working on one. Brother Yosef got one as well too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Black Magic is putting together a date night. I think he was talking about. I don't know if he said an app, but he did mention it on the show that I had the app that I was putting together. And that's going to deal with matching people on a more conscious, with more conscious criterias, like your human design.
Yes.
You feel me?
Astrology.
Like, it'll even have aura, aura camera. You know what I'm saying? So we can match auras and whatnot and see if our auras are complementing one another. We're going to deal with different proprieties or different licensed software that we're going to incorporate into one app. So, at the end of these tests that you'll be going through with your potential or your prospect, if that's twin soul, soulmate, or the one, based off of what the science says, you know what I mean? And then, of course, nothing beats the most magical aspect of it all, and that's face to face, heart to heart, real life shit. Like when a person, communication between two parties, heart to heart, eye to eye, hand to hand. Nothing beats that. No data, because the data could be completely wrong in some cases. It could be love at first sight, and the data says that y'all not supposed to click like that. It's happened before.
Yeah, they got that too on astrology. It's something called synastry. So, heard about the synastry? So you use you and your loved one's birth date, and you put it together on the website, and it tells y'all like how compatible y'all are. It tells y'all what issues y'all have.
Right. So we're gonna take that to a higher level. We're gonna take that to a more conscious. We're gonna apply to the dating scene what we've applied to other sectors and do more deep diving and breakthroughs and apply more sciences to it. We're gonna bombard it with that because that is, in my humble opinion, the 800-pound gorilla in the room that we are not equally yoked and we're not happy all the way around because we have not we don't have our full purpose because we don't have our divine counterpart. Wow. So how the hell does somebody say that they on mission If how you can't be on mission if you don't have your counterpart, because you go on mission with her.
Right, you need the balance because your
That's the
masculinity
balance.
is going to overpower your ego. And a lot of men, a
Right,
lot of
you
men,
just stepping on you stepping out
yeah,
as you and your ego.
right. A lot
You
of
feeding
men,
your desires. You feeding your ego. You don't
right.
have no children. You don't got no whiz. You don't have no ties to anybody else but you. And you don't think that it's only about, you know what I mean? Somebody will try to be like, nah, it ain't about me. I love my mama. But look, it's you know, it comes a time we gotta leave the nest, my nigga. I hate to break it to you. That's why men grow families. You know what I mean? That mama shit ain't cutting it. Where's your family at? Where's your tribe?
Yeah.
Where's your progeny, bro? What came out of your scrotum? That's what you guard with your life. That's what you pour into. You feel me? That's your
They talk about it in the Bible. They say, "Blessed is the man that walks down the counsel." They talk about may his seed prosper.
Right.
And may
It was only till I saw my son born in 2007. I was weight conscious before that. I considered myself weight conscious. But it was until I seen him take his first breath that my purpose began. It was like everything else was window dressing up until that point, because it was like, all right, now if my life were to end tomorrow, at least I seen a whole human being breathe that I created. Cause can't nobody tell me nothing about, you know how they try to do it with the gender wars and this feminism thing about, oh, the man is just a sperm donor. No. When you look at these children,
they said that.
I mean, that's the argument. Children have the spirit, the spark of their father. And their mother, of course. But the father is always in that child, if you know where to look. So you can't take anything away from that. But yeah, man, these, you know.
That's crazy. Yeah, I like what you said about that. You know, I do truly feel like, even the spiritual men sometimes they get in their ego a lot, you know, and they have ego issues. You know, you see in the community the egos, the battling and the beefing, spiritual beefing. And you're like, damn, like I thought this guy was spiritual. Why is he beefing with everyone? It's because I feel like he needs that feminine energy. I feel like there's something going on with his ego, and he doesn't know how to soften up. Because I feel like I'm gonna let you say it too about what you think femininity is, but I feel like femininity is like being able to receive information, being softer with everything you do, being softer. Like when I say softer, just being softer with your movement, being softer on yourself, not being so hard on yourself. That's a lot of masculine men are extremely hard on themselves to the max, like project, time. So I feel like that feminine woman will bring a different side to you that will allow you to go with the flow. Like they teach me to go with the flow more. They teach me to go by my heart more. And they teach me to kind of like just, you know, chill out.
Right.
So what you think the true essence and the true definition of feminine energy is?
Well, first and foremost, the true definition of feminine energy is a divine feminine woman.
So no matter how much
that's the highest apex. No,
you feel like
because
a man could try to get in his feminine energy.
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, and that's all welcome. The same way that a woman could tap into her divine masculine. However, when you see a woman trying to act like a guy, like cosplaying a guy by grabbing her crotch and hunching her shoulders, right, and talking like dudes, yo son, you laugh because you like, yeah, you putting on your best rendition of us, but you know that you really shine when you come through and you on your straight up, you know, you just a butterfly, right? Vice versa, a man, he could be like, girl, stop it, and crack his neck and snap his fingers and everything, and that's cute to a woman. However, she would prefer that man would be in his divine masculine, where he'd be on some barking shit like, "Hoo!" You know what I mean? Beat on his chest and be a protector. You know what I mean? And be a provider and be a warrior with, if need be. I think that's something that a woman would appreciate and she would expect from a man. But if he acts like a woman, it's funny, but she knows ultimately he fares better when he's in his proper persona, right? So for men and for women, a perfect balance to me is a man that's so comfortable in his divine masculine that you could see this man in the garden and whatnot planting flowers and whatnot. You see him in the kitchen with an apron on, cooking up breakfast and whatnot. You see him braiding his daughter's hair and whatnot. You feel me? Putting pom-poms in it and whatnot. You feel me? You'll see this man lightening up on himself and not taking himself that serious and being able to laugh at himself and whatnot, and just, being very, light when the time requires. But when the time requires for him to pick up his sword and his shield and go to war, he could turn that shit off immediately at the snap of her fingers and whatnot, because he'll jump right into role and whatnot. But at home amongst his children don't got to see him as a warrior. His wife don't got to see him as a soldier and whatnot. She don't see him out there in the field killing shit and whatnot. He has a men's club for that. That's why men have social clubs. That's why men have lodges and whatnot, fraternal orders and whatnot. They're allowed to go there and be their most hyper masculine, and they could do, a sword fighter. You know what I mean? They get into all of that army type stuff in there, in the barracks, right? But when you come home where it's a soft life, you're in your castle and whatnot, and your queen is giving you peace inside of your castle, you make that home satisfying for her, and you make her feel, you turn that divine masculinity into a magnet to turn her on. Because that's also something that she, has to be, you got to feed that part of her. You know what I mean? There's still an aspect of the chase taking place. There's still an aspect of primal energy at play. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we all still want to, copulate or have, we all want to get together.
So you feel like even when you're with your woman, you still should have the chaser.
Yeah, because I'm still the man. Once again, my divine masculine to still have me always chasing, because I'm tapping in.
Right.
Now when if I'm not tapping in, if I'm tapped out, then I'll be like, why you ain't hitting on me, right? There's an aspect of an imbalance taking place. So we're addressing the fact that society has a lot of imbalanced people, and we've accepted them and given them a protected role in society. And we've made the fact that they're imbalanced okay.
Because I know a lot of men, not to cut you off, but a lot of spiritual men that don't like to chase. They feel like chasing is like, nah, I'm supposed to be chased. Like I'm supposed to be chased. Yeah, so what's your take on that? Like, something off of them?
Nah. Okay. Once again,
or they're just on their purpose at that moment.
I would say that to each his own, right? We all go through phases of how we want to be seen by the opposite sex. We all go through our phases in our ego, right? The build out of our ego that tells us we the prize. You feel me? These chicks need to be lucky to be around me type shit. I ain't trying to, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about the phases in life that we go through, similar to a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. But ultimately, from my perspective of where I'm at in life, I'm not chasing anything and everything. Let's be clear. That cheapens you, that weakens you. And yes, that takes away from your exclusivity as a God body, because God bodies don't chase and hunt down. However, there has to be one at least that's in your scopes that you're going to give that energy to and make her feel like, you want her, versus that you want the whole world and make them feel like they want you. That's almost like you getting your ego stroked. You want your ego stroked by everybody, and you can't return the favor. That's not masculine. Regardless of how anybody wants to paint it and whatnot. Yeah, there's gurus that are in their soft life phases. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, because because at the end of the day, we do attract. We do attract. However, you can't, if you do attract, think about it. If you do attract and then you walk in the room and every chick wants you, are you going to give yourself to every chick? To every woman?
You can't.
So the one that you're going to want, you're going to have to go and let her know that.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
You can't play games and like
You
because a lot of guys make it seem like you guys seem like a mystery to women.
Yeah, you can't be community dick. Pardon my French. You can't be anybody's pleasure because there's no. You take away your worth like that.
Okay.
You.
So what do you think about like
Life is about exclusivity.
Right. So what do you think about like playing the whole mysterious game?
Nothing wrong with that. I'm a Scorpio. Mystery is great. It adds intrigue. Be mysterious. I don't want to see your cheeks out. I want to see what I have. I want to see what's there for me. I want to feel special when I get behind. I want to unwrap the candy wrapper rather than, the Laffy Taffy is out for everybody to see. When I take a bite out of it, I don't feel like I don't feel chosen. I chased that. I chased it and did that.
Yeah.
Right? But if I'm chasing something that everybody else is chasing, right? And then we all catching it at different times. Come on now. There's no, I don't know. I can't speak for how anybody else set their thing up. But that's not how I'm set up. You know what I mean? That's not how my body is. I want my shorty to be conceited. I don't want her to be for everybody. I don't want niggas to know how much cavity she got because she always showing everybody all her teeth. That's not attractive to me. Give them some mystery. I fall for the woman that may be behind the veil and whatnot with the beautiful eyes and she just smell great and her pheromones got niggas in a headlock. You feel me? But there's only a few to know where that tattoo is at.
Yeah.
That's a legend right there. She's going to have longevity in the game versus shorty that everybody could tell you where her tattoo is at. So and every time she step out, we could see everything.
So you're saying like a woman's value, her value is higher when her womb is more sacred. That sacred energy.
I would just say all around. I won't just pinpoint it to that because then it's like I'm policing and whatnot. I would just say it's because it comes with a whole package. How you carry yourself, how you see yourself, how you act towards me when I'm turning up. You know what I mean? What are you giving back? You know what I'm saying? Can you take the heat type shit? You know what I mean? Yeah. Or are you just somebody that's going to fold under 1 pound of pressure? Then it's like, you do that for everybody. You know what I mean? I don't feel, and it's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. But once again, men, especially the ones that I know, they're about exclusivity. You know what I mean? They want to feel special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want to feel chosen. They want to feel like, there was something about them that you was like, oh nah, nigga, you won. I'm choosing you over him.
So I feel like that's a sense of like a healthy ego.
That's a very healthy ego.
Very healthy ego,
If it's unhealthy though, it will create incels and it will create jealous men, stalkers, and angry men. So when you see men that are online very angry and putting women down, always focus on their psychology. You feel me? Why are they so angry? Why are they so turned off? You know what I mean? Why are they so toxic towards these women in their expression? Yeah, I don't want no woman in my inbox talking about, what you got? What's happening?
Yeah.
Where you at? What you doing? I'm like, sure.
Is it too easy?
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to be pushed up on type shit. Yeah. I don't know about that. I mean, unless, of course, the exceptions have to be, if B slid in my DM, I'm going in my ways and be like, Ma, give me a pass for the year. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce, she want to dance with the kid. Let me not use Beyonce because that's a devil worshiper to y'all.
Yeah.
Let me use, oh my goodness, he wants to. I'm using that as an example because she's a very highly desired woman. However, I would say Lupita, you know what I mean? Satisfy you. But yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Woman, if a woman just, slides in your DM and she instantly is like easily to give it up and bust it wide open, it's like you're gonna start questioning like I'm a thinker.
So I'm like, the
Sapio-
CIA sent her,
like
the ops sent
sapiosexual.
her. No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm a thinker. I'm a doer, a knower, and a thinker.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just think if somebody is sliding like that somebody sent you. Like, because it's not natural.
Not natural for a woman to do that.
And that's the new shit with women nowadays. They want to flip the tables and they want to make the first move. They want to slide in the DM. They want to, you know, they want to offer the goods to you. You know what I mean? They're the ones that are, you know, they're switching it up. Me personally, that's not something it doesn't turn me on. I'm not excited about that type of energy.
Because then you lose the chase.
Yeah,
you lose the chase, and I'm the same way. Definitely, like if I have the chase on my hand, it makes me feel like I gotta, like I'm on my purpose, like I'm on my mission. You know what I'm saying? It makes the adventure more. It ignites that spark. You know what I'm saying? It ignites that spark when rather if someone was to come to you and they always around you. There's something called reverse psychology, and I truly do believe in reverse psychology. I feel like
it's real.
When you don't give a lot of women attention, then they want you more. So you gotta kind of, you know. That's why they say when you ever get a house, sometimes sleeping in the same different bedrooms with your woman is good because it, like, you know, sometimes with some people, not everyone. I know some people can do it, but if people have issues with their spouse, they say the number one way is to maybe like stay separate and then maybe the same house. You know.
Well, they say don't go to sleep angry though.
Don't go to sleep angry.
And don't let your wife go to sleep with an attitude or anger, because she'll take that into the astral realm. You got to stamp that out. That's where makeup sex comes from.
Damn, that happened to me one time too, bro.
Yeah,
damn, you know, that's crazy.
You don't want that. You don't want her to take that.
What can she do in the astral room?
Multiply the anger. You know what I mean? Take it with her into different dimensions.
Damn.
You want to deal with that right there. Get that out the way. You know, happy wife, happy life. That is that's real. You know, that is real. That's not a you know, that's not a farce. For anybody that's out there, you want peace in your castle. You could be at war outside at all times dealing with the most craziest circumstances. But when you come home and you turn that key in the door and you got the little ones running up, or you know what I mean? You could smell some food cooking for you, or you got your wife looking like she's ready. You know what I mean? And she's happy to see you. You know, they say family is overrated, and I say that we don't put enough emphasis on that aspect. And for anybody that's out there, it don't matter what you was brought up, how you was brought up, and what you went through. We all got PTSD, and we all dealing with childhood issues. But you got the opportunity to build a family right now, my nigga.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people.
Everybody.
I know a lot of people do got PTSD nowadays. You know, like a lot of people around me too.
Yeah, you push through it though.
But how do you? What's making PTSD so common right now? What do you think it is?
Social media.
Social media.
I think that
the trauma of people sharing all the stories.
Well, it started 10 years ago.
Oh,
with Trayvon Martin.
Oh, the PTSD.
And I call it the Trayvon Factor. And they pulled one on our people. They pulled the big one on us. You know what I mean? And it was a collective ritual, a psychological operation, and they captured the hearts and the minds of the people. And they, you know, that young boy got lynched, and then they let his murderer off for free, rubbed it in our face, and then commenced to killing other black boys. It was almost like the Atlanta child murders, but just stretched out. And hip-hop suffered as a result of that. It got embroiled in the whole thing. Drill culture got introduced. You know, trauma, my nigga. If I was a child from the year 2000, born in 2000, in 2012, I was 12 years old, and my favorite rapper was Chief Keef. Oh, no, fuck it. My favorite rapper was Little JoJo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 12, and I'm a child. I'm just an innocent 12-year-old. And I wake up one day on Twitter, and JoJo got his shit pushed back. And then the niggas that killed him is on Twitter bragging about it. And then for the next 8 years, I'm watching the whole shit unfold on Twitter. And then it spills over into YouTube. And I go from 12 to 14 to 16 to 18 to 20. And then another dude in 2020. I'm 20 years old in 2020. And then a nigga that grew up my age demographic from my generation, Pop Smoke, on his way up to be a superstar, gets his shit pushed back in Los Angeles, right? I'm fucking traumatized. You understand? And then Pop Smoke is one of maybe 100 other rappers that I've literally watched die since 2012. I can't process it. It's happening too current. It's going too fast. These are real rappers. I could go back and watch their videos, and then let's not forget the fact that I could watch their crime scene, murder. I could watch all of that online if I knew what it looked, because all of the murders have video footage of the body.
Even X, that X.
Even
X, and that was
traumatized. It was a lot for me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even that big into him. But I started to dive into the X story. I was following his beginning to the end. And I followed the tragedy, because that's what it was.
He was said to change the rap game forever. This man was said to have more people tuned into him spiritually than any other rapper in history. That's how big he was. And he was Aquarius, so he was
his
an
numbers show,
so.
right? His Spotify he's I think one of the biggest streaming artists in that genre.
Yeah.
And
he was studying frequency, so he was
studying frequency. Right. He was about all of that.
Yeah.
But he went through, getting jumped.
Yeah.
Knocked out.
He was in the streets too, so some people believe that he had a lot of
karma
coming from him. Yeah.
Right. So we're talking about the younger generation growing up traumatized, having PTSD. And then they watched all of these black children dying over the years. And then the police shit jumped off. George Floyd, Freddie Gray, Mike Brown. But then on that side, everybody is meek, humble, nonviolent, and Gandhi-like. But these are the same children that was watching conflict resolution in the hood turn into full-out urban warfare, right? Grand Theft Auto type shit. Niggas is running down with M16s and F's and everything, big military grade weaponry. But on the right hand, y'all Martin Luther King. Make it make sense. So not only do we got PTSD, we got high rates of schizophrenia. We got high rates of cognitive dissonance. We got high rates of people wanting to escape. Escapism.
Yeah.
That's why the overdoses is so high.
Yeah.
Because instead of coping, imagine what they call an 85er, right? An 85er is somebody who would be deaf, dumb, and blind, just asleep. Imagine the mind of an 85er going through the George Floyd cycle for about 1 month. Riots, fires, boycotts, looting, you know what I mean? All of that, you seeing people putting shit on their lawn, Black Lives Matter, all of this stuff going on. You don't know what to feel. So you just say, I'm gonna pop a pill, bro. I can't, it's too much on my mind, because all I knew was Shannon Sharp, football, all I knew was drugs, all I knew was hip hop, all I knew was gangbanging. Like, these are the people that that are freaking out. These are the ones that are short circuiting. These are the ones that are blacklining. You imagine they let's do a little bit of research on Black Lives Matter. That's surface shit, but the ocean is deep.
Yeah. I also heard a lot of people say they're losing their sanity last year from just all the things that was going on with the pandemic. And there was like,
I didn't even bring that. Yeah.
It was like, I need my crystal, I need my amethyst, because amethyst helps your crown chakra.
Right.
So they would resort to crystals for relieving.
Right.
Anxiety.
So we just get into the police brutality aspect, the fact that the psychosis came because nobody did anything. It's not about what happened to us. It's the response. That's where the psychosis started setting in. That's what cracked the egg. That niggas did not bust their guns. That the niggas did not do what the rap said that they were supposed to do. They didn't do that. They did everything opposite of that. And the pushback towards that was detrimental on many different levels and whatnot. They lost respect around the world. You understand? They lost respect in the ancestor realm. You know what I mean? It's too hypocritical. They sending niggas through heaven's gates like an assembly line. They sending niggas up in the streets. But you can't push back against the beast, nigga. You can't push back, and it was minimum. It wasn't even no heavy resistance. They just knocked one or two of us off, and niggas just started turning into Gandhi. No more, please. Yeah. You know what I mean? I helped build the rebellion out, so I know the flaws in the rebellion. I know that certain gates that people came through automatically painted them, with a flawed energy. When they came into consciousness arguing, it was flawed right out the gate. When they came into consciousness thinking that they had to pick and choose a side, it was flawed out the gate. Yeah. When they came into consciousness, looking at any other person other than themselves and claiming that person as their leader, they was flawed out the gate. I'm standing up for this man. You don't even know that man. That ain't your dad, bro. That is not your father. For real, for real. Who are you? Who's your bloodline? Nigga, where's your greatness at? They said that we've reincarnated. The gods and the goddesses have reincarnated and come back here to witness this shit go down. If that's the case, what the fuck are you doing talking about anybody else? I want to know what gods you are that came back. Fuck. I don't care who your teacher is. They got to identify themselves. Who are you? Because you're not them and they're not you. Who the fuck are you? So think about the landscape that we're on, or the stage that we're all standing on, where the gods, literally the gods, have reincarnated as human beings, but these human beings are now worshiping other gods. It don't make sense. And then there's a war to be worshipped. So that translates into niggas jacking each other for followers. It's worshipers. A follower is a worshiper. It's the same thing that we was doing on some American God shit when the gods was at war on a continent, when we was at war in Iniquity, Enki, and Enlil. It's literally the same thing where the gods are at war for other gods' followers. They want to be seen by the flock. Nigga, that's not even your flock. But you so caught up in your ego, you so caught up in want to be seen, that you stepping out on a mountaintop that's not even yours. You want to stand in front of a flock that's not your flock. But because this person got 100,000 people listening to them, you want to stand on the mountaintop of a mountain that's not yours, nigga. Stand on your own mountain, build your own flock up. And then when there's a gathering, when the flocks come together, yeah, that's deal. Yeah, we do with that. But people is out here jacking, stealing each other's followers, stealing each other's fame. It's fame, really, and fame is false. Fame is a huge false, matrix and whatnot, and that's what they sell.
So, what do you mean it's false? You're saying it messes
fame. Well, the fame is the currency that the devil or Shaitan or the small hats, or we could break it down all the way down to the trickster, right? That's what they're selling our people, right? But fame don't pay the bills. Fame is a drug. Fame is worse than a drug. You understand? Fame is anchored in jealousy, envy, hate, right? Fame is what they're building social media off of. I'll make you famous. You know what I mean? Everybody get 15 minutes of fame and whatnot, but it's an empty fucking promise. There's nothing inside of it. So they've been selling our people fame. Oh, I'm going to sign you to a record deal. I'm going to get you famous. Niggas are going to see you. I'm going to put you on a stage. I'm going to give you a video. I'm going to give you a budget, but you're going to pay us back with interest, right? So I'm going to make you famous. But the contract says that you get 0.0001% of that. I get the lion's share of the real shit, right? Which is the revenue. You take your fame, nigga. Get famous. You get free clothes. You get the hoes and everything. But I'm taking the business portion of it. That's what the label is stealing. All of the fucking your publishing, your fucking your sales and what they busting that shit down and then giving you back crumbs. Because you bought into fame. That's why they say some people be like, I'd rather have the money and be not. I have nobody know my
it's
face.
Definitely better.
I could eat. I could travel. I could move into rooms and nobody is bothering me. Right? People don't understand the power of having your face to yourself. Niggas be wanting to walk in other people's shoes. Right? They're literally to the brink of suicide where they want to be somebody else. Want to walk in a nigga's shoes, not knowing what size those shoes are, or not knowing what the fuck is inside of that shoe.
It's a lot. It's a lot for what they're going for. It's a lot.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, man. Worry about yourself. Be grateful and thankful about the fuck you got. Whatever gifts and talents your ass was bestowed with. Find out what God you have that you are, or what goddess you are. You should not be worrying about nobody else until you figure that out. And then when you figure that out, you become an asset to the pantheon, because now you step into niggas like the god and the goddess that you are, and you have more to offer. Yeah. There is no competition. There is none of that fake shit. And we all gotta go through these. It's really just us walking up the stairs. It's really just us walking up the ladder as we're witnessing each one of us evolve and transform and shed the skin that was holding us back in our infantile mind states. You know what I mean? Because we all growing.
Man, you spoke some crazy truth. Yeah, I definitely do feel like that is with Fame. You know, yeah.
Fame is horrible.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I like for the brothers who protect their face. You know, I got a different type of understanding of that. You know what I mean? For the people who don't want their face to be seen, they just want their message to be heard, or you know what I mean, or their brand to be recognized. But they not trying to put their face out there, because you know people don't realize how precious your identity is.
It's important, yeah.
Very important. You don't want everybody to know the fuck you are.
Yeah.
What is that gonna change?
I was someone who used to be anonymous, you know, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I stepped out. You know, I was like, F it.
yeah. You feel me?
Because it was
tempting. There's a temptation to step out. You know what I mean? There's perks to it.
Yeah, it comes with perks.
It comes with its perks. But when it's bad, it's bad.
Yeah.
When you trying to dip, when you don't want to be noticed, when you don't want everybody in your mouth and whatnot, all in your face, when you trying to mourn in private, you know what I mean? When you try to just cut through shit and, you know, just be in Jedi mode.
Yeah, but I strongly believe in fate. So, you know, some people are just not meant to show themselves. And some people are meant to show themselves. Some people have the fate to put themselves out there because they have the leadership inside them. They have that. I always had that inside themselves, because to put yourself out there in front of YouTube, you gotta have some type of leadership energy. Like, there's something about that person. What makes that person just, you know, so confident in themselves? So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Any last words?
Yeah.
A little dark.
On Tuesday, the 25th, which is 777, me and my brother, my twin, Blue, we're gonna be doing the 7th installment of American Gods. That's a series that I started a long time ago to highlight metaphysically and through an occult lens, you know, our godhood in this world, you know what I mean, and how it's reflected through cinema, through music, through the music industry, through film, through these TV shows, like the TV show American God, that we did extensive breakdowns and decodings and comparisons to. And in this one, I'm going to be tapping into Technical Boy from American Gods, and how Technical Boy is basically the AI that we see right now. AI is a god. It's a new god that people worship and they believe in. And, you know, it's going to be sentient. It's going to have a mind of its own. And it will do, you know, but it'll do for us, in my humble opinion, it'll in the world of the Western man. It'll definitely is going to end their world. And that's a good thing, because their world needs to come to an end. The Western man and Rome, they're going to be challenged and disrupted by what they call intelligent machines, because the intelligent machines, when programmed by an intelligent Nubian or an intelligent human being and whatnot, they're going to program it with the truth and with data that's going to prove everything that we've always been saying of who we are and who we're not. So anybody that's not comfortable sleeping at night, it's only because those lies are soon to be exposed. Everybody else that's sleeping good at night know that our day is coming to where the veils are going to be completely lifted. So only on Zoom. KTLUniversity.com is the website. KTLUniversity.com, 7 p.m., 777, me and Blue Pillar 44 for American God 7.
All right.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.